Hello and welcome to Safe Pasture. My name is Sherry Hammers and we are concluding the chapter called, The Complete Surrender. Of course, chapter 8 of the book, The Master's Indwelling by Andrew Murray. If you haven't tuned in yet, I highly suggest you go back. This book has a way of building on itself in a way to help you really make your relationship to God thrive in an ever-deepening way. This is just an incredible book. I'm going to go ahead and jump right in. I'm concluding the chapter today, chapter 8, and we're going to start with Andrew as he says this. In reading the book of Jonah, we find God's hand in each step of Jonah's experience. It was God who sent the storm when Jonah went aboard the ship, who appointed a whale to swallow him, who ordered the whale to cast him out. And then afterwards, it was God who caused the hot wind to blow when the sun was sending down its scorching rays, until the soul of Jonah was grieved and made the gourd to grow, and sent the worm to kill the gourd, and sent a sea wind to dry the gourd up quickly. Do we not thus see that every circumstance of our living, every comfort and every trial comes from God in Christ? There is nothing can touch a hair of my head. Not a sharp word comes against me. Not an unexpected flurry surrounds me, but it is all Jesus. With my life in His hands, I need care for nothing. I can be content with what Jesus gives. God bless Potiphar in the field, in the visible life outside of his house, and God will bless you that in your intercourse with men, you may be a blessing, that by your holy, humble, respectful, quiet walk, you may carry comfort, that by your loving readiness to be a servant and a helper to all, you may prove what the Spirit of God has done within you. Oh, my brother, my sister, you have no conception of it. I have not. How God is willing to bless the soul utterly given up to Jesus. God can delight in nothing but Jesus. God delights infinitely in Jesus. God longs to see nothing in us but Jesus. And if I give up my heart and life to Jesus and say, my God, I want that thou shouldst see in me nothing but Jesus, then I bring to the Father the sacrifice that is the most acceptable of all. Oh, believers, come today. Come out of your troubles and all your self-efforts and your self-confidence, and let the blessed Son of God take possession. Let me direct your thoughts lastly to the duration of this surrender. I want to emphasize this because in many cases this surrender does not last. Some go away and for a time have much gladness and joy, but it soon begins to decrease, and in a few weeks or perhaps months it is all gone. Others who do not lose it entirely complain sadly at times that it goes away and comes again. They say, my life has been very much blessed since that surrender I made to God, but it has not always been on the same level. What did Potiphar do? We read in the 4th verse, he made him overseer over his house, and all that he had, he left in Joseph's hands. What a simple word. He left it there. And oh, children of God, if you will only get to that point and say, for all eternity, I leave it in the hands of Jesus, you will find what a blessing it is. Potiphar found now that he could do the king's business with 2 hands and an undivided heart. I might try to rescue a drowning man by holding fast somewhere with one hand while I reached out the other hand to the man, but it is a grand thing for a person to be able to stretch out both hands. And that person is the one who has left all with Jesus, all his inner life, all his cares and troubles, and has given himself up entirely to do the will of God. Will you leave it there? I must press this because I know temptations will come. One temptation will be that the feelings you had in your act of surrender will pass away. They will not be so bright. Another, that circumstances will tempt you. Beloved, temptations will come. God means it for your good. Every temptation brings you a blessing. Do understand that. Learn the lesson of giving up everything to Jesus and letting Jesus take charge of everything. Leave all with Jesus. Do not think that by a surrender today or at any other day, however powerful, However mighty, things will keep right themselves. You need every morning afresh, when God wakes you up out of sleep, to put your heart and your life and your house and your business into the hands of Jesus. Wait on him if need be in silence or in prayer until he gives you the assurance. My child, for today all is safe. I take charge. I love that. And morning by morning he will renew to you the blessing, and morning by morning you will go out from your quiet time in the consciousness, today I have had fellowship with my King, and it is all right. Jesus has taken charge. And so day by day you can have grace to leave all in the hands of Jesus. I just love that. We can just give it to him in the morning. It says cast all your cares upon him because he cares for you. We're not meant to carry these burdens. And when we give everything up to Jesus, I love that. I love the way he worded that we have that assurance that he's got it. He's got it for us. He's got our back. He says, in conclusion, let me speak to two classes. There are times when your heart is restless. There are times when you are afraid to die. There are some true believers who have perhaps never yet understood that it was their duty to give up everything to Christ. Beloved fellow Christians, I come with a message from your Father to come and today take that word into your hearts and upon your lips, even though you do not understand it. Jesus, I make thee master of everything, and I will wait at thy feet, that thou wilt show me what thou wouldst have me be and do. Do it now, and let me say to believers who have done it before and who long with an unutterable longing to do it fully and perfectly, child of God, you can do it, for the Holy Spirit has been sent down from heaven for this one purpose, to glorify Jesus in your heart by letting you see how perfectly Jesus can take possession of the whole heart. To glorify Jesus by bringing him into your very life, that your whole life may shine out with the glory of Jesus. Depend upon it. The Father will give it to you by the Holy Spirit if you are ready. Oh, come and let your intercourse with God be summed up in a simple prayer and answer. My God, as much as thou wilt have of me to fill with Christ, thou shalt have today. My child, as much of Christ as thy heart longeth to have, thou shalt have. For it is my delight that my Son be in the hearts of my children. Well, I hope this study has just blessed your walk with God and deepened your relationship with him. I love this prayer of surrender. I love how Andrew brings us along through this book, gently walking us through to a deeper walk with God. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate all of you out there that are listening to this and deepening your walk with God. Please like, share, subscribe, and I really do want the message to go out. So if you know anyone that would benefit from hearing this study, please feel free to share it with them. Thanks for all you all are doing. Thank you for your prayers. I do pray for you daily, and can't wait to meet up with you again. God bless.